travel documents and get on the bus.
Oh, wait, are James and Emma dating?
Yes, yes, they are. Yes.
Yeah, they went to prom together.
Actually, I watched it happen. She was landing, and he ran out with flowers. Like this sign is like,
Wait.
you're so fly, you're the bomb. Will you be my co-pilot to prom?
Oh my God.
And Rosen's running.
Cadet Charles Andre. Cadet Gavert Victoria. Cadet Andrews Michael. Cadet Norville Stuart. Cadet Hobart Christopher. Cadet Silva Ricardo. Cadet Abuhami Ravine. Anybody else that I didn't call?
Amelia Earhart once said, "You haven't seen a tree until you've seen its shadow from the sky."
Okay, listen up. Welcome to our scholarship. You are considered the top air cadets in Canada, literally. And as you know, it's quite an accomplishment to get this far. Time is our enemy on this program. Most people, it takes them 6 or 8 months to do this, and you're going to be doing it in 7 weeks. By next week, you'll be soloing. I'm sure you all heard about the one accident last year. The candidate, under duress, she overshot the runway and didn't do her proper procedures. And she crashed. She was unhurt, but safety is number one. As I mentioned to you, the scholarship is worth probably over $25,000 now. So you don't want to disappoint your parents and the squadron. You got to prepare your minds to receive the best that life has to offer, and doing what you're doing, what's better than that? So we're going to just do a quick weigh-in, and then you're going to be getting your flight suit issued to you and your course shirt.
And that's telling me just about 1-ish. We don't want to tell our weight on camera.
My sister did this exact same course, and she completed it and got her pilot's license. And she was actually in the exact same hotel room as me.
Who have I got here? That's Sharon, correct? Okay.
When I weighed myself this morning at home, without my uniform, I was just under.
Okay. Just hold on. Just get on there. Put your wedge down. Okay? Alrighty. Now we're going to say, because of your boots and everything.
One of the guys gave me the nickname Pork Chop, and just kind of followed suit since. Just gotta embrace it, that's all.
So, you want to be here for sure? Your
Yes, sir.
Aspiration was to actually come here. Nobody twisted your arm.
No, sir.
Nobody pushed you out the door here.
I'm here because I want to be here.
You're really excited you're here, right?
Of course, sir.
I'm really excited to be here. It's been a lifelong dream.
You're going to have any problems with your roommate? Or
No, we seem to be getting along
Is you're
pretty
going to have
well.
any problems with you?
I don't think so. Maybe my country music, but that's about it.
Oh. Have you had any car sickness? You can ride a bicycle okay?
Yeah, I can ride a bike.
Do you have any aspirations for anything?
I want to be a pilot because I just think it's the coolest thing in the world. Be able to like fly above everyone. It's an amazing feeling. It's my sister's name tag. I was too lazy to sew a new one.
I find that I have a great interest in aviation, and I feel like I can move forward and do bigger and better things. And eventually, I think that the end goal for me would be to become an astronaut.
A large part of the program is to put you in stressful situations and see how you respond. Do you have any questions about anything?
Do you have any examples of stressful situations that they're doing? Is it like maneuvers or?
Yeah, in the simulator, they
traffic?
crash a plane on you. Some people break down.
Oh.
They crash and they start crying and stuff, and they don't stop.
So that's just to prevent any of that from happening later on?
Exactly.
All right.
I handle pressure by eating a lot of junk food and pretty much planning everything out. Because if I plan everything out and if something doesn't go to plan, then I know that like I did everything I could. Like I did all the hard work and stuff like that. Like if I don't get my pilot's license, I will know that I did everything I could to do it. So
it's really an incredible opportunity just to get your pilot's license, especially so young. 17 is so young. You'd never expect a kid to be getting a pilot's license.
Sky clear, below 10,000. Temperature 20, dew point 18, altimeter 2990. Runway 26. Arriving and departing runway 14. Dew point 18, altimeter 2990. Approach ILS runway 26. Arriving and departing runway 14.
Good morning, guys. So, you've made it to the power program, eh? I see you look exactly like your sister from last year. You guys have worked really hard to get this far. What the Flight Center does is we're just going to lay everything out for you, and it's up to you guys to pick that stuff up and earn your private pilot's license. So the pilot in command has the final word of who's flying the plane at any time. If your instructor or the pilot in command says, I have control, what do you guys need to do? You have control, and release your hands and feet from the controls. If the pilot in command says, you have control, what do you respond with? I have control. And you put your hands and feet on the controls. Basically, I'm hoping that all of you guys should be solo by the middle of next week, weather depending. So in straight flight, wings are level to the horizon. Each wing is going to be the same distance above the horizon as the other one.
There's pressure on everyone. It comes down from the officers, from the instructors, parents, families. I think the hardest pressure for me is definitely coming from myself.
Before I went on course, I heard like so many horror stories about people failing, especially girls.
There we go. So to step in, you just
pop your foot up on
I don't think I would ever hold myself back just because of a gender stereotype, only because I would feel the need to, you know, make it go away.
And then check for 30. Sorry. Yeah, sometimes they splash a little bit. You gotta be careful that just gentle pressure so that you'll feel it. So you're checking.
I just feel that when girls are young, they don't really see their potential as easily, especially as teenagers. I mean, I think that's part of the reason as to why there's not a whole lot who go on to get their licenses.
Checking in here too, these ones aren't as big of holes as the ones.
But I think as they start to see that more and more are trying and more are becoming extremely successful, a lot more girls will be here soon.
You know, cause issues. And that's your walk around basically. We're all like shorter, so we don't have to worry about walking into the wings really, unless the flaps are down, which is a bonus.
Yankee Alpha Papa, the 172 departing is in the right-hand circuit. Right turnout northbound approved, clear for takeoff, runway 32.
Yankee Alpha Papa. Okay, so full power, check our engine gauges are green. Airspeed's alive. And climbing.
Just being in the air for me, I think, is just a special place. Like, it's peaceful in comparison to everything else in the world. Really, you're just small.
That's what the club looks like from on top. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to give you control. I want you to hold this cruise attitude, keep everything nice and level, keep your direction. You can, every once in a while, just check. You can use Bellwood Lake as a landmark, but also keep it at a heading of east. Right. I have control. You have control.
Climbing to 2,100 feet, you have control.
I have control. You'll flash on left, make downwind runway 32, stop and go.
You have control?
I have control.
My hands were like pulsating and they were like heated up. And like I never had that feeling before. This is why I want to do this course. This is why I love aviation, because like the feeling that you get up there, the overview of it is just incredible.
The thing I like the most about it is just the feeling of not being held to the ground, just being suspended.
There was the one spot where you could see the shadow. On the cloud, I'm that shadow.
Water practice air traffic, Yankee Alpha Papa is at 4,500 feet, just above target, heading towards Bellwood Lake.
So I'll let you take control. So you have control, I have control. All right, and let's go 10 degrees nose down. 2/3 ground, 1/3 sky. Descending, speed increasing. Okay? Okay. And 20 degrees, and 30 degrees. All right, take a look right in front of us, 12 o'clock. What do you see? Oh, I see the runway right there. Hang on. Don't bring that nose up. Keep her nose down towards 60.
Establish west base, runway 08.
Bring that nose up. Bring that nose up. All right, I have control. You have control. All right. A little bit of power because we ballooned a bit. Main wheels first.
Magnetos off, pinky out. Master off. Good. All right, what'd you think?
Good. I liked it. I didn't know what the Earth looked like at 7,000 feet until now.
So it's right side for both, right?
Okay, yeah, just nothing. I thought was left. Is that enough?
Parallel to the ground.
It goes on the right side apparently.
What does?
Everything.
See, I was right.
I don't know. James and I come from the same squadron, so we've known each other since we were 12, which is a pretty long time. And just recently this year, a couple months ago, we started dating.
You just literally just go back and forth.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's actually. Okay, I thought there was something special that you had to do.
It's also just something that can be difficult to manage when you try and juggle something like getting a pilot license. We're capable of kind of maintaining things. It's just a matter of learning to balance it. I need to go like in here.
Oh.
So I'll go like here, and then like later when I have time, I'll go over in the yellow.
Like I'm trying to pull it through more, you know?
Yeah, just like you got it. Just be careful, like not to like pull too tight, because then it will break.
Oh, I pulled pretty tight. Crap.
But like you'll know when you're about to break it.
Wait, if you had a choice between Ferrari or Lamborghini, what would you get?
Truck. I guess that's where it grew up.
You can get a Honda Civic to pull more than a 3500 if you put like an 86 speed transmission in it.
Man, you're just saying all these things I don't understand. I don't know anything about cars or trucks.
You'll probably find out more about them in
Hopefully,
7 weeks.
yeah.
That's pretty much all I talk about.
Oh, yo, first solo is gonna be so much fun.
Is it?
Oh my gosh, that's the best feeling. So.
See, I'm always nervous until I'm a couple 100 feet off the ground. Like I'll take off and I'll be like, I'll be with the pilot and I'll be like, okay,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
a little nerve wracking. Then
Yeah.
as soon as we get a couple 100 feet, I'm like, whatever.
Yo, but that happens, eh? Like, but then once you keep going up and up and up, like you get used to it. Like you know it's safe and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh, dude, first solo. That's gonna be like in a week, but like, oh, it's gonna be the best feeling ever.
A cloud is just visible moisture in the air. Clouds form through condensation on little particles of dust and pollen. On a cold morning, your breath is a cloud. It's moisture condensing on particles until they're visible. When particles in the air get enough water on them, the moisture gets too heavy and it has to fall. That's when you get precipitation. To a pilot, clouds are a kind of language. They can help us know what's happening around us. We're not only learning about flying, but we're also learning about how intricate everything is.
Okay, so which one is me? Okay,
Are we in the other room?
Correct. I'm in the other room.
Did you watch it? Good?
This is so weird.
Have you ever ridden a bike?
I've ridden a bike, but it doesn't do this.
Gyroscopic precession.
God, it feels so weird.
I'm working hard just so that, we have an understanding of everything we need to have an understanding for. And we know what everything means and its importance and its functions. Plus, it's due tomorrow. So.
You think that's Cambridge or you think that's Guelph?
Well,
Yeah.
what way is that?
That's wet. The sun sets in the west.
Let's look at our VNC. Hold up, I got this.
use your
And we just Google Maps this address and look west.
That's
Waterloo, okay?
Okay, Google. Directly to the west of us is Cambridge and Guelph.
Really?
It's all the same place.
It's not all the same places.
Well,
They're
Guelph
two
is
totally
like
different
west
towns.
and north, and Cambridge is west and south. So I'm guessing it's Cambridge.
So guys, an en route aircraft should, whenever possible, maintain a listening watch for an aircraft in distress on
121.5.
Okay. However, is it 121.5 on the aircraft receiver or 121.5? Okay.
What was your other choice?
The other one was 121.5 during the first 5 minutes of each hour.
No, because during the first 5
No,
minutes, 5 minutes, that's when you're testing the beacon.
Right.
So if you hear a blip on there, it's probably just someone making sure the beacon works.
Right. Okay,
So
so
you
how do you
want
know-
it on. You want to be checking all the time.
Right.
What?
No notes, no cheat papers. As soon as you get it, you can start looking it over.
Oh boy. Oh boy. And I think we're more worried than they are, I would say. Well, they should be getting really 11 or 12 out of 14 to pass. It's a fail. That's sort of a pass. Fail. Fail. Oh boy. Supposed to just wait outside your room. Now we'll start down at this end. See how 1205's doing. You gotta open up the blinds. Hey gentlemen, come on in. I just opened the blinds up there.
Make the beds up a little
You have so many towels in here. Oh, I see. You got 3 towels on the. All right.
One for the ground because it's slippery, and then 2.
Yeah. So you need to hang the towels up on the.
The hook.
Yeah, you got to get them hung up. Okay, 1208. That's fine. You can stand easy. That's fine. Come on in. Oh, that's good. Just get your drapes open a bit there. Great.
It's mandatory to know how to get out of certain situations that you get yourself into. Let's say you're flying when you get distracted when you're turning, and then you go into like a steep turn, and that turns into a spiral dive. You need to know how to get out of that so you don't crash the plane. A spin is basically a really fast movement, and your aircraft is stalled, right? So that means that you don't have a lot of lift coming over, and your nose is pretty much towards the ground.
You can tighten your seatbelt up. So I'd like you to hang on to the bottom of the seat if you need something to hang on to. I'm just going to demonstrate a spin for you.
Okay, and you're gonna recover?
Yep, I'm going to spin, I'm going to recover. Okay, so we're going to bring that up into the stall, aggravated stall, and spin. Opposite rudder, neutralize, ease out of the dive.
Point of stall, we're gonna add full rudder in one direction.
Okay.
Pull all the way back. Like that. As soon as you're stalled, full left rudder. How was that? What? Look, our gyro spinning.
Aggravated stall, and spin. Okay, one turn, opposite rudder, neutralize, ease out of the dive. How's that?
That was awesome.
The first week, as you know, is very critical. We're going to be blunt about some things. And as I've mentioned before, we usually have good news and we have bad news. You've heard what this is all about, I'm sure.
The test, right?
That's
Two
one
other
thing.
things.
The test is only one thing. It's
Okay.
actually a small component.
Okay, so then I don't know the other components.
Okay. Some people are saying they're getting stressed a bit now. You can expect to, because from this point on, I'm sure as your sister said and that you've heard, it gets worse.
Yes.
We've had some things brought to our attention that they feel some of the cadets are socializing too much. All right? We've had comments from hotel staff, flight center staff, and we've noticed some things of cadets messing around, not focusing on the flight training. And sometimes in the past, we've removed people from one flight center to another flight center.
Like during the middle of course?
You got it.
Oh.
Because there's too many distractions.
I understand that like it's a really intensive course, but I do think downtime for
Right.
most of us, at least in small increments, is important.
If they need more downtime than is allowed on this course, then we're asking them to speak up, come forward, and they can go home, we'll get them picked up, or the parents will pick them up. That's about as blunt as we can get.
I hear there were a lot of unsuccessful people in a test today.
How did you think you did on the test today, the air law test?
To be honest, bad. Because I'm like already bad with air law and I only had like a night to study because I was studying for P-STAR so much in the checklist, so I didn't
Right.
have much time to study. So that's something I have to work on, like time management.
Yeah, basically you didn't do very good.
Yeah.
It's just a lot to study for 20 questions.
Yeah, it sure is. It's gonna get worse.
Hopefully I passed. I'm thinking I did. Well,
Pass mark is 80%. Only 6 people passed.
right, I heard about that.
You did fine.
Okay, that's good.
I feel like I succeeded. I feel like I did well.
Basically you failed.
What was my mark?
It doesn't matter. The marks are quite pitiful, some of them. I wouldn't want to know my mark, to be honest with you.
Okay.
You passed the air quiz, by the way.
You're killing me.
Is there, can you tell me a percentage or?
No, I said it's like being sort of pregnant.
Sort of pregnant.
You either pass or you don't.
Okay.
You are or you're not. As a group, it sucked big time.
Right.
How do you feel about flying on your own another few flights?
I think I'll be capable for sure. And the next, I still need some more practice, obviously.
I don't necessarily need someone to do anything for me. It's just having that extra person with you just as comfort is kind of nice, just in case you don't know something.
I would definitely like more practice with my landing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty aware of what ATC is telling me, and like just today, like they were like, you have to turn base now or you have to turn in half a mile. Like I was able to kind of pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I wouldn't have been like a couple of hours ago, to be honest.
That's right.
So
Yeah, it's incredible what you guys have done in a week. That's all there is to it. Taking control is one of the things that they look for every student to be able to do. You know, when you felt this and you told them to take over, that's giving up control. They want you to keep control and take control. The only time the examiner fails somebody ultimately is when he feels he's in danger.
To be honest, before the interview, I was getting ready to drop out because it's getting too stressful. I don't think I'm going to make the 6 weeks. I think something's gonna have to happen. I'll probably end up having to go. It's not easy, so. I don't have the experience. I'm coming out here fresh and it's just too hard.
Nature needs balance, and it always needs to equalize pressure. That's where most of our wind comes from. Mother Nature is just trying to balance the highs and lows.
I'm often unsure of what I'm actually capable of doing. There's a lot of times where I question myself for no reason at all. I think it's mostly just the fear of going home or being told I'm not good enough. And I think that's really what's speaking to me every time I sit down and write a test or do a really difficult flight. I just don't want to disappoint myself or my parents or my friends, my squadron, by not being successful. I'm letting down so many people, and I'm worried that maybe I'm not the person for it.
When I talk to Emma, I can't start talking to her in a group situation and consoling her and helping her feel better. It's not something that you do. You have to be one-on-one. So I've not been able to calm her down lately. I can see it in her. And it's really hard to see, and it's starting to take a toll on me also. I'm trying really hard not to sit beside her and be as close as I have been, because I want the officers to realize. But anytime I see her, she just looks really sad. I feel sad too. Yeah.
All right, what else did you have trouble on today?
Stalls, slow flight, climb and slow
Keep
flight.
on the slow flight.
Go into slow flight. So you're gonna do hazel checks. You're gonna check your height, your area, make sure everything's secure. And do your engine check. So primer's locked, master's on, landing light on, mags are on both, landing light on, carpet hot. Mr. Fullridge, fuel's on.
Okay, you gotta be confident about that though, right?
Okay, yeah. Go into a stall, pull back, pull back, pull back. And then he goes recover, or I just recover. If there's wing drop, I go opposite rudder, nose down, full throttle, carpet cold. Nose down.
Nope.
Yeah, you break the stall with the nose down.
Okay. You're back like this.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the stall horn. You're not gonna go like this. You're gonna go a little bit forward pressure. Flaps up.
Flaps.
Slowly pulling back. Right? You don't want. It's not nose forward. It's not nose down. It's.
Just break the stall.
It's honestly, it's just under cruise.
Okay. So you're back.
Because you have full throttle, you're gonna be gaining speed. You don't want to be plummeting towards the earth, at a steep angle, right? And it's it has to be that quick, right? Okay. What if he puts you into a spin?
Ah.
Anybody check the weather for tomorrow?
No.
It
Okay,
looks like a
Google.
good solo.
What's the weather gonna be like in Waterloo tomorrow?
Tomorrow's forecast for Waterloo is 23 degrees and mostly sunny.
Mostly sunny, so you might hit a cloud and have to cancel your solo.
You might hit a cloud and crash.
the clouds are solid, right?
I was talking to Shan last night. He's like, man, I'm not gonna be able to make it past this next week. He's like, I
swear,
can't do it. I'm like,
these
dude,
tests-
just like, you just need to ask your instructor about landing.
Okay, if we study like proper for the next hour and 40 minutes,
It's not gonna happen.
do you want to go to Tim's?
Yeah,
Where's
I'm down.
Tim's?
It's we drove past it. It's
Or coffee time? That's like second-rate Tim's, kind of the same
Yeah.
thing. I don't even want coffee.
Why do you want to go to Tim's?
I just don't want to be in this hotel anymore.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Did you know how to do the weight and balance question? Like the passenger and the pilot thing?
Oh yeah, I got that.
Oh.
Did you not?
I guessed it and I got it right.
No way. Do you get it now though?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good. It's like adding up everything. I think I'm studying more than I have like throughout my whole entire school year. It's not bad.
It's better than camp. Like
True.
Trenton. Like you have to wear the really gross shorts.
Yeah.
And like shirts.
You have to march everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So like we get freedom compared to other Trenton camps, but not compared to teenagers. No, we don't get that much freedom. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Mike just texted me and he said James wants us to go to Tim's with him and Emma.
Cover up.
I'm gonna take a study break.
You literally started studying.
No. Okay, I watched a little bit of Pretty Little Liars.
Exactly.
But I was studying before. I was couch flying. That counts.
How's the weather today?
It's pretty good. I checked the Metar, and when I last checked it, winds are at 130. So I assumed we'd be taking off at 14.
All right. Let's say you got a solo flight,
Okay.
and your instructor set you off to go solo, and you're on your doing your thing, whatever.
Yep.
And you're trying to start the engine. You're pumping the gas and all this stuff, and pumping the primer, trying to get it to go. And the line crew runs up to you, going like this. What does that mean? And what do you do?
All right. I wouldn't go, right?
So what does that mean?
Is there an engine failure?
Engine
Fire, sorry.
Fire.
Engine
Yeah.
fire, sorry.
Okay. What do you do?
For an engine fire,
Yep.
I would, again, not take off.
There's a procedure in the checklist
Oh,
for
okay.
engine fire during starting.
Starting. Okay, so you're gonna keep trying to start the engine,
Okay.
and then.
Let's say the engine starts.
Okay, and it's still on fire.
Well, it could be, yeah.
Okay.
There's a
Oh, okay. So
procedure
the
for it,
engine
right?
starts. So then you're gonna put the power to 1700.
There we go.
And
Okay.
then let it sit for 2 minutes, and then turn it off and don't fly.
Good. What's this?
That's like the drainer for the fuel.
Good. What's this for?
Okay, that is another air vent. Static. That would be. I actually have no idea. I forget.
No? Take a guess. Never say I don't know.
Okay, so.
You should always try to figure it out, and if you're not sure, then the answer is I'm going to look it up in POH.
Okay, so I would look it up in POH.
Okay. It's a stall horn.
A stall horn.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
So how this actually works is during normal flight, air's pushed into there. When you're at a high angle of attack, the air's approaching, like coming over the stall horn like that.
Okay.
It will actually draw air out of there and make that reed noise that you hear.
Okay.
All right, I'm kind of curious to see how you answer this. What's this for?
I would look it up in POH.
What I'm looking for today is not that you're making flight test standards or anything like that. What I'm looking for today is to see if you're going to be a safe pilot if you go solo by yourself. What about your landings? How do you think you did on those?
They're bumpy.
If you could rate yourself 1 being bad and 4 being good, what would you give yourself on your landings?
Maybe like a 2.5.
Yeah, I would give you a 2-2. Okay, so there wasn't anything there that was completely unsafe. It wasn't like you're jolting off the side of the runway and
But it
banging
wasn't
around and stuff.
directional either.
You were pretty close to the center line. You stayed within 15 feet of the center line either side at all times, pretty much. And remember, we're looking
to make sure that you're safe. We're not looking for perfection at this point. You're going to be working on your landings when you're doing circuits.
So would we do a couple more flights before the solo, would you say?
I'm not sure where you are in your training. I'd have to look at the sheet, but I'll talk to Spencer and come up with a plan for you. So,
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Any other questions or anything?
No, that's all
No?
right.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
I just want to like keep up with the pace of like everyone else. You know, like I want to be able to progress like as like the outline goes. Do you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people progress a lot faster, and it's just because of how timing works and weather and planes and stuff. And you'll feel really behind, but you'll catch up.
So once you solo, do you like keep soloing or do you like go for your instructor after?
No. You'll go for a few solo flights, and then your instructor will go up with you again, make sure you're still doing all your checks and everything right, and then they have to prepare you for your cross country, obviously. So, yeah.
I think if my older sister Julia wouldn't have done it, then I wouldn't have been as inclined to do this course. She told me that in tutorials, she would always kind of feel like out of it or confused because all the guys would be like arguing over like what is the right answer. Girls are more open to express their feelings that they don't know something because they just want to know it, so they don't care like what the route is to get to that answer. They'll tell someone they don't know something.
Well, we just surprised you. That's what we did.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good surprise. Like, are you happy? Yeah.
Should I get the cupcakes?
I think it's important for everyone to have a role model. If I had to choose a person, I'd say my mom. It's because she worked really hard to get us where we are, and she was an immigrant too, so it's hard to come to a new country and then like a couple years after she had to get a divorce, and like she's working 2 jobs now or 3 just to like get me and my sister through university. She's pretty strong, and that's what like I aspire to be.
Oh, I feel it now. You press both at the same time.
Press what?
Both the buttons at the same time. It's like deflating as I'm sitting on it.
You're supposed to lay down, apparently. No, you have to lie down on the right or left side.
No, but if you push them at the same time.
What's the lowest setting?
Oh no, it's too much now.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? What's going on? I'm really nervous for my first solo.
I'm pretty nervous for my first solo too. It's just like the fact that in a powered plane you can just go so much further. So I honestly feel like I'm gonna get lost. Like I just like, where's the runway? I don't know. I feel like that's gonna happen to me, but I'm sure like they won't let us go up until they like know that we're ready. So like I know I can do it, but there's still that nervousness that comes along with it.
You really only have 10 flights, and 2 of which are sim flights, and it's not a lot of time to learn everything, and you don't necessarily get a feel. At least that's how I feel, is that I'm worried about not having a perfect feel about everything and not being able to know everything just because I haven't been exposed to it all yet, and I haven't had the time to get truly comfortable with it.
How are you feeling? I'm pretty excited. We'll see how the landings go today though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be all right. It might be a little bit bumpy at this point because it's really hot, so I imagine there'll be a bit of turbulence. I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
I think what a lot of people nowadays struggle with is being independent. We need to be with somebody to do something at all times.
Okay, and to the left, to the left. Good.
Have fun. Good luck. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Okay? Alright, have fun.
See you in a couple minutes. Yep, see you soon. I'll be watching.
I knew this morning when I got up and looked out the window that I'm going solo today, so I kind of had this little grin on for the entire morning.
Thank you.
Bravo, Quebec, contact Tower 126.0, holding short.
All right. This is gonna be epic.
It's a lot of mixed emotions when I'm alone in the air. There's a fear that there's no one there. Like if anything goes wrong, it's all on you, right?
On the ground, this is Golf Bravo Alpha Quebec on apron 2 for taxi, scratch that.
Bravo Quebec, stop. Bravo Quebec, you were told to hold short Alpha for inbound traffic.
Sorry, Bravo Alpha Quebec.
I was just waiting for it, and then she told me, and I was like, this is the moment. I couldn't believe it was real. I'm like in this plane alone. I've only had like, I don't know, maybe 10 hours of flying, and I'm only 17.
I haven't soloed an airplane before. I've just driven a tractor by myself once. That was a little bit different though. The tractor doesn't fly away.
Squawk 0073, say your
Throttle
request.
full, indicators green, airspeed's alive. I like this. Let's put some of that to right to rudder. And there we go, I like this.
Airspeed's alive, gauges are green, rotate at 50.
We made it.
In the air, you kind of forget about everything. You sort of appreciate life more.
Numbers on, masters on, mags on, both landing light on, car beat on.
When you're up there alone, it gets really quiet, and like the wind, it becomes so much louder. Your awareness becomes so much heightened.
Okay, I'm way too high. Let's get down.
Oh boy, man, it's quite turbulent today. Okay, let's go for some more of that airspeed here. That nice airspeed. Here we go.
Kilo Foxtrot, looks like you can make Foxtrot and contact ground there 121.8. Congratulations on your first solo.
Yankee Kilo Foxtrot, thank you.
This is nice. I think I'm gonna cry. Oh boy.
It makes me want to go back on what I had said last week when I said that it wasn't possible. Because now you kind of, once you've experienced it, it gives you a change of perspective.
My landings are a bit shaky, but it was actually better than I expected.
There we go. Oh my god, that was awesome.
I felt free, like absolute freedom. Especially on this course, there's zero freedom. And the only time I actually get freedom was actually just then when I soloed.
Holy shit.
Congrats, man.
You look a little sweaty.
A little sweaty. I was nervous that entire time, man. I was shaking the entire time.
I'm sorry.
I didn't expect that many people like there when I was taxiing back, but it was nice to have that. Like everyone was rooting for me, so that was really nice.
Look here. Just like Amelia Earhart would.
Solo selfie. Oh, all right.
Watch your head. Watch your head there. Socks on.
There's just so much more left to do that there's no time to like just relax and be like, it's okay, I'm done now, like wipe your hands. It's just, you gotta keep going.
There's a lot of work. People have to really work hard still. There's no shortage of things to study. And there's a lot of material coming with the navigation, as you know, the flight planning you have to be doing. They want everybody to start looking at the map and doing some planning that way. And you know, cross country.
I hope I don't get lost on my cross country though.
Now that we're flying by ourselves, we really have to be careful of the weather, especially on our cross-country flights.
We're going to be up there alone for a long time. Understanding how weather works helps us have a little more control. It's the only way you can try to predict the future.
On the ground, I really like thunderstorms. But in the air, pretty scared of them. There's a lot of downdrafts and there's a lot of precipitation. These downdrafts can send you to the ground at 6,000 feet per minute, which is insanely fast, especially if you're only flying at 6,000 feet. You know, you go up there and you have all this confidence, you know, I'm a pilot, I can do this, I'm in so much control, I'm flying, but then you meet one and you lose every single bit of control.
You can always steer your plane in a new direction, but you can't change what's happening in front of you.
I was confident before. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go solo. Let's go do this. Like, get me up there. Now it's like, I don't know if I can. Like, I don't feel like I'm ready. I have a friend that I grew up with since grade 6. We've been pretty good friends. His body kind of refuses to let itself grow. He was going up to Montreal for a bone marrow transplant, and they think that the body rejected the transplant. Just yesterday, it took his life. As much as I miss him, like, as painful as it's sad, it's feels when I say it, it is for the best. He knew more about the hospital than he did anything else. And it wasn't really, like, he was enjoying the life he had, but it wasn't a proper life for him. And sadly, it was supposed to change for that. That was the point of the transplant. He was supposed to get the life that he deserved. His celebration of life is on Saturday. I might not be able to make it there. I talked to his mother and his sister, and they don't want me to drop out of this for Matt, and Matt wouldn't want that either. It feels a lot harder to go through a day. I'll get up and I'll be fine, and I'll go through some of the day and I'll be fine, and then just something will come up in my head and I'll think of him, and then it goes right back into that cycle, and I'll get upset. I was thinking about him today in the circuits when I was flying. And that's the one thing that makes me nervous is I haven't had a moment yet where I've sort of broken down like I have in the classroom and stuff. I don't want to get to that point where I'm losing mental control in flight. I don't want to get to that point.
There are many times that you can trust your instincts, but there are many times that you can't.
As new pilots, we're only trained to fly during the day and in good weather. The last thing we want is to be caught flying at night or in a cloud.
If you're flying and end up in a cloud, your body could become very disoriented very easily. You think that you're flying straight and level, when really, you're slowly turning with increasing bank. You end up spiraling toward the ground, but at the time, you think that everything's okay. A graveyard spiral is when you go into a cloud and you lose your senses. You have to understand that you won't always know everything, and your body won't always be right. It's a lot of responsibility, but it's important that you just accept that you're in control and it's what you do that determines what happens.
Arriving and departing runway 08. Reduced visibility procedures in effect. Inform ATC that you have information Delta.
Are you worried any of these clouds are going to turn into thunderstorms?
These ones will.
You think so?
Oh, they're already towering cumulus.
Yeah, the kind of alto cumulus castellanus. Towering cumulus. This is fun. We got some storms up ahead, so let's plan a new route here. Ideally, what we're going to do is we're going to overtake the storm, and we're going to go north of it, okay? So, very similar to diversions.
Now I gotta go back.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
But I'm going this way. Now it's just getting me disoriented.
We can use the same heading, pretty much, to go from here to here, right? Don't worry, we'll get around it. Oh, there's another rainstorm. See on the horizon up there?
Yeah.
See how it's darker?
can see kind of like the line of the front, right where the cumulus clouds start to build, right in front of us like this. So, wait a minute. This would be the. Hold on a minute. This would be the cold air, and then this would be the warm air.
Warm front. Yeah,
No, it's a
warm, air,
cold
warm air gets pushed up. Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking.
So this would be the warm air on this side.
Warm air? Oh yeah, because warm is unstable.
Mm-hmm. You can really tell that it's coming through too, because you can see the wind increasing, and you can see it kind of come around like this.
Just looking at the clouds, we know what's going to come next.
What would come next?
I don't know. It should be good weather. Yeah, good weather coming.
After the front passes, it should be okay.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Hey, look, there's the guys.
Guys, seriously, look at those clouds.
Can we
Oh my god, the lighting!
Yeah.
Can we just stay till it
Lighting?
rains?
Can we actually?
Stay till it rains?
Yeah.
Yeah!
This is how you learn. You see it in action. Now you actually know what a small line is.
That didn't work at all.
Wait, should we take one with that?
Yeah.
Better.
Didn't you hear me? Minnie! Minnie, stop with the anime!
Why don't you like us?
Minnie! Those cartoons will never love you like we do. I just miss you. Do you want Chinese? What do you want?
Spicy chicken. Yo, Minnie, do you want to spit that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex?
And you want to make it extra spicy?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
It's
So
hard.
we can get a spring roll, or we can get chop suey. Spring roll each, or chop suey.
I'd rather chop suey.
Shut.
I'm like drooling.
Suey. I'd like to order one hot and spicy chicken. Extra spicy. One vegetable lo mein. Extra spicy. Okay, thank you. One Cantonese chow mein.
Spicy.
And one sweet and sour chicken balls.
Yes, that's everything.
I know why.
Why is it always me making the order?
That was the funniest attempt to order food I've ever heard in my life. Vegetable. How do you make me pull it off? I wrote it down. Vegetable.
You're like vegetable.
You actually thought
I feel like you were like adopting her accent.
You actually thought it was vegetable? Yes! It's vegetable. It's English.
I'm so full, but it's so good.
Right?
Wait a little and then eat again. Okay, yeah.
I ate too much at one go. My tummy hurts. Yeah, I know. That's so much.
You'll be ready to eat in a little bit. We have the same hair.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. Imagine using it.
I have one.
There you
So
go.
I have a lion mane.
There you go.
I'll show you one
Yeah,
day.
you actually do.
I'll like brush
It's
it out for you
amazing.
when I blow dry it. Would you be a lion or a lioness? I would be a lioness because I would want to marry a lion.
You would want to be the lion?
Lions are more like. But they just sit around. So they're the kings. I like queens better.
No legitimate conversation.
I'm a feminist.
I'm so sorry.
I know. I'm an egalitarian.
I'm just gonna move this.
Shut up. Okay. I hate that joke. It's not a joke. I'm being serious.
Oh my god, what are you
Well, I hate when people are like, feminism isn't about equality. No, because it focuses on like the inequalities that women face. Yeah, right? That's why it's feminism. But it's so that women can be raised to the same standard as men. Not that like men should be degraded or anything. Because it's like the issues that affect women affect men too.
You're so philosophical. I'm not even being philosophical. Like, you just go so deep.
Sometimes I just don't feel like I get respected because I'm a girl. There's 5 girls and 13 guys, and it's almost impossible for us to all be together at the same time. Like, as a girl, you have no choice but to talk to guys at some point.
And, like, they don't talk to the guys, they just talk to us. Like, they pulled me and Namita aside. Remember Namita?
The guys, the guys never get in trouble for talking to us. We get in trouble for talking to them and get accused of fratting with them. And it's like, they assume that we're only here to do that when that's not our point at all.
I'm trying to get my license, man.
Like, we're
Screw boys. Like, we're not gonna go frat in a plane, like.
Or frat at all in this
Yeah, I
course.
know. Yeah, I really want a chicken ball. Oh man, came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Or you asked for it.
Want to have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I kind of want more noodles though. Me too. No, we'll have one. Okay.
Do we even have any
We
more
can just
noodles?
bite it and then I'll do 2. Yeah.
Not true love.
It is.
I have to fly like 7 a.m. before.
The solo cross country is the last major flight before getting our licenses. We have to take off and land alone at different airports and then come back. It takes about 3 hours. It's like that far just to get to Oshawa from here. Once we do get our power pilot's license, we are allowed to kind of fly anywhere we want, so we need to be able to navigate.
It is so much longer than any of the flights we've ever done, and the curveballs are always being thrown at you, like weather and different airports, different runways, everything.
When you drive a car, there's signs everywhere. For us, like, you have to figure out the signs beforehand. So you have to find, like, your route, and then say if something happens, like an engine failure, where are you gonna land? You have to be like 100 steps ahead.
I took off, and for the first half of the leg, I was like ready to turn back. At least now, if I turn back, I know where to go. Whereas if I get further and further, and like I'll have no clue where I am. There's like no one to like second guess you but yourself.
Sometimes things start to look the same, or sometimes you want to convince yourself that what you're looking at is something that you know, when it might not be something that you know. In the back of your mind, you always believe, oh, I'll make it back. But the truth is that, you know, even the people who get lost and don't make their way back probably thought they would make it back. So I took off for my solo cross country, and I had everything planned. Like, all of my headings were calculated correctly, and I was following my heading pretty well. And then I steered off of my track because I didn't think I was going the right way. For some reason, I may have second-guessed myself or something, and I just didn't know where I was. I just felt like so alone. Anything could go wrong. I figured out where I was, but getting lost made me late. The sun was setting really, really fast, and I just wanted to like hang on to that sunlight. So when I took off at Centralia for my final leg, I was really scared. I had to get back because not only is it illegal to fly at night, but it's also really, really dangerous. You can't see anything. You can't see certain things that you can see in the daytime, like a water tower or trees or a lake. You can only see the parts of the cities and towns that are lit up. I saw all the towns, and then I saw like these big gaping black holes in between the towns, and I don't know, I kind of felt like I was flying like through the stars.
What the fuck do I do? Royal Canadian Air for pop-up. I'm having trouble finding the runway.
Yankee Alpha Bob, yeah, no problem. Actually, your heading looks pretty good. If you look straight down, you're over Highway 78 there, and that should lead you right towards the airport. Not sure if you can see that in the dark, though.
Royal Canadian pop-up. I think I see the highway. Yankee Alpha Papa, currently at 3,600 feet. Attack landing.
Yankee Alpha Papa Tower identified, runway 32, cleared left base.
Oh my god. Okay.
I landed 1 minute before it was legally declared nighttime. It was just really, really relieving, and I was happy to just be back.
Golf Yankee Alpha Papa ground taxi, Alpha cross runway 32.
Flying when it's dark out made me see night differently. You just realize that there's a lot of stuff that goes on at night, you know, like you're sleeping, right? But the world's still going on around you. There's still lights everywhere.
Probably one of the biggest reasons why I like flying is just being able to observe things that you wouldn't see every day. Everybody has their own stories, everybody has their own life, everyone has their own problems, their own ambitions, their own goals, their own passions. And you kind of realize that when you're flying is because you can look around and like you see people driving down the 401, or you see people driving or on the golf course or swimming or going for a run or something, right? And you realize that it's infinite. It's just a cycle of energy that's just happening all around us, but we're so absorbed in ourselves that it's hard to explore, except for when you get that kind of view.
You stop thinking you stop thinking about yourself, but instead think about all the existence around you. And, you know, like you said, take time off and have that freedom, and you just get to get away for a while and really look at the bigger picture. For a second, you get to be an outsider.
the people that you meet on this course, you pretty much do everything together every day. But you might not see them again after the course. Like, you can never see, like, the person that, like, maybe soloed the same day as you.
That's so weird. Another guy. Sad day, you kidding me? I get to go home.
Is this it? This is it. Ravine said he was gonna cry today. I said I may cry, but if I was, I wouldn't be in front of you. Come here. Miss you, buddy. Miss you too.
One of the biggest fears in life is a lack of purpose. Over the past 7 weeks, I know all the cadets have built on and developed new skills and relationships that are going to last a lifetime. A lot of what we did was taking cadets and challenging them, taking them out of their comfort zones. It is the toughest course in Air Cadets, without doubt. They all came here hoping to get wings, and they were successful at that. And there were, in fact, some that wanted to leave and pack it in. But they persevered. And I honestly believe each of your sons and daughters is different from being here this summer.
You know the deal, Mom? No further questions?
No, I'm good.
Mixture's rich. We'll give her a little shot of primer. Master switch is on, curry peat's cold, beacon light is on. Alright. Clear! Ammeter's charging, avionics power's on.
Beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
It's not the same as flying in a big plane.
Now you know why I went all this way.
Hour up there is so much different than an hour down here.
Even the most confident pilot, I'm sure, does not have their most confident moments. You're always challenged and there's always something to learn, and I guess you're never really 100% secure. If I could talk to myself 6 weeks ago, I would say, be more confident. Life's gonna throw a bunch of things at you, and you have to know how to deal with it and how to handle it. I landed an airplane in the dark. I've never done that before, and I did it. I didn't crash. Anything's possible.
I have control. You have control.
So you have control, I have control.
You have control. I have control.